Namaste, Jai Bharat. The opposition of our nation at times becomes very funny. Many things have changed from the beginning of our nation. After independence. There used to be a time when the politicians used to have some qualities. That doesn't mean that there are no politicians with qualities these days, or both sides, ruling or opposition, non-political parties. But they become minority. The politicians with qualities are becoming minorities. And so to say, the opposition is demonstrating miserable kinds of behavior. It appears that the opposition thinks that their job is simply to oppose, no matter what has been stated, no matter what has been discussed. Their job is to speak against. It seems that they convinced that their only job is to oppose. Opposition is to oppose whatever is said. Well, it appears to be logical, but is it logical is another question. These people have responsibilities because the opposition are ruling a representative of a constitutional assembly or a parliament constituency. They are responsible to the people who elected them. See, maybe that he has got a one vote majority only, but that person is supposed to represent the entire constituency. He is for the people. He is supposed to speak or act as a representative for those people in the parliament, prima facie, basically. It's not simply to make hue and cry or behave in an unruly manner or do destructive things. Primary responsibility lies with the people who elected them. That is democracy. And of course, for someone who becomes prime minister, he is largely responsible for the entire nation. That's a different thing. And they function for the nation. For the nation. We have seen many times our prime minister functioning for. He says also openly, if a citizen of Bharat has any trouble, we will look into it. We'll see. We'll do whatever can be done. And they had been doing it. There is no complaint, and there is no reason to complain. Now, this one election, one nation is an original thought from Acharya Vinoba Bhave. Vinoba Bhave is an alumni of my university, if I'm not wrong, the Maharaja Sayaj Rao University of Baroda. He, like many other stalwarts, they are an alumni of this university. Munshi, Aurobindo Maharshi, all these great people, they were alumni of this university. So he has told during, at the time of independence itself, that there should be this policy of one nation, one election. Why? He understands such a huge nation with so many prantas, states. If you don't have this concept of one nation, one election, we will have only time for elections. Every other day there is election. It's something like we tease Assam Bengal people that there is puja on every fortnight. Our Dr. Bhuban Hazarika, the great singer, great Assamese singer, who sang in Hindi also, in Assamese language originally, and Bangla dot. He sings, and every month has a puja. So she says, I have no time. I have no time. I don't know what to do because I am busy. But there is puja every time. So every fortnight there is a puja. We used to tease that every fortnight there is puja. Such cultural richness, of course, of this Bangladesha, Assam Bengal. Now, if you have only time for elections, and election is not a small process or procedure, it has to be done, it has to be taken seriously. So many people are involved in it, and just for one day's voting, how many days preparation before and after, how many days, how much of manpower is put into it. And when the manpower is put in for elections, the normal work gets suspended or stuck. So it's better to have one nation, one election. It's a very rational, logical aspect which Vinnabaji said those days. But then it did not happen. It went in. Now, of course, our government, in their wisdom, they're trying to think in terms of one nation, one election. And of course, now the opposition will start dancing because their job is only to dance and become funny, make funny expressions in the Lok Sabha. We see in the parliament, so both houses we see, they don't let people speak. Everyone knows they don't let people speak. People trying to speak. Interestingly, what we see is people speak nonsense knowingly that they speak nonsense, and they also understand that people understand they're speaking nonsense, and people understand very well. In spite of this, they continue speaking. They continue speaking. You know, the other drama will start in the houses, both houses. The drama will start. We don't want this. Now look at this opposition. Many times it's very interesting. When they win the elections, they have no complaint about the electronic voting machines, and when they lose the elections, they complain about the electronic voting machines. Some sense. Do you think the citizens of this nation don't understand? They understand, but some kind of obligations they vote. Some kind of obligations they vote for this kind of people. By and large, it is changed. There's a vast change in voting pattern from the past to the present. So now another drama will start. Something like Shaheen Bagh, something like the farmers' protest. They are spurious, and we just get confused. It's something like what happened in Bangladesh. We just sit and watch hooligans march the street in disguise of students. They are insisting or going and asking, you resign, you resign, you resign. Ah. And then they have got somebody. Someone was brought from out of the blue as an advisor. Advisor to whom? Who is going to advise? This Professor Muhammad Yunus is supposed to be an advisor, but I wonder who is advising. And they have got multiple advisors. I don't know from where they coined the expression advisors to nothing. Advisors to none and nothing. Such kind of chaotic nations, such kind of chaotic situations, and such kind of chaotic situations they create in the parliament and want to do the same thing in Bharat. They think that they will reach somewhere. No, they can't reach this man. They suffer just for power. Don't destroy yourselves if you have a hereditary, a parampara, and if you believe that, if you accept your Sanskriti, please don't do such things. Please don't do such things. First, I understand that they have no other way. They don't know how to otherwise react. What to do, they don't know. Anyway, we'll meet. These oppositions, let them keep opposing because they think opposing is the job of oppositions. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Shri Ram.